I'm almost at the point where I have absolutely no room left on my bank characters. So I gotta get that add-on. You gotta tell me, send me the name of it or something like that. Where
TSM.
What's it called?
TSM, Trade Skills Master.
Where do you get it?
Online.
Like on the dark web?
No, I wish. I wish everything had to be going through the dark web.
Why? Just so you could get murdered accidentally?
No, I don't know. TSM, it's so you download Twitch, the Twitch desktop app, right? Most people have it. Do you have it?
Probably. Most people do not have it.
Most people that play WoW probably have it.
That's probably more accurate.
Just for the fact that it downloads add-ons for you for, like, well, obviously for free, but automatically. You don't have to go through the folders or anything. You just click download and it installs.
Nice. I can't roll anymore.
You look like an old man doing it.
Thanks, Arman. Just the confidence boost I needed. That's a shit joint. Garbage. I'm ashamed. It's not gonna burn well. Everything's just falling out. Anyway. So that raid was pretty cool.
Yeah. You got some upgrades, right?
Oh, I meant the Horde raid on Ironforge was pretty fun to see.
Oh. Yeah, being able to actually kill that one guy.
Dude, killing that paladin. I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
I critted for 1400.
I hit him with 1100 for an Ice Lance.
Nice. Do you know how to use your mage?
Not at all. I don't know anything about him.
Because
I just spam abilities, basically.
Whenever Flurry becomes a...
Flurry sucks.
No, whenever it becomes instant cast, right?
Yeah, almost never.
Well, do you have it spec'd?
Yeah, probably. Maybe. I don't know.
Well, you can spec it where you're like 20% more chance to get this proc that it's instant cast, right? So it's instant cast.
It does like 65 damage.
It does a lot of damage. But then you can Ice Lance right after it. And the Ice Lance is like a guaranteed crit.
That's what I've been getting. I've been getting the procs on Ice Lance, not Flurry, though.
Well, the idea is to get rid of those procs as fast as you can, and then cast Frostbolt. So you get the Flurry with the non-procced Ice Lance. Does that make sense? Not because I said non-procced Ice Lance, right? Yeah. It's so Ice Lance, it procs. No, it doesn't proc it. There's a buff that procs.
Well, no, it doesn't proc.
Shut up. It doesn't proc, right?
It doesn't proc.
It doesn't.
I was told by a reliable source it doesn't proc.
It doesn't. Frostbolt does,
Though
or something.
He might be full of shit, though.
Something
I'm
makes...
trying to think of it. I'm pretty sure he plays a druid. I don't know why he's telling me about mages.
I have a 110 mage. I'm reliable, I promise.
You're 110 everything.
Yeah, warrior. So something procs Ice Lance to have like that instacast critical, right? And you use it all the time, probably, because you like Ice Lance.
Ice Lance is the best.
Yeah.
Best thing that happened since Brian Crusade.
You're supposed to get rid of those procs first, and then start up with the rotation of Frostbolt to Flurry to a non-procced Ice Lance.
maybe I'm just not paying attention, but it seems to me to not make sense to even have Flurry in the rotation. Only use it when it's a free proc. Because it's slower to cast and it does less damage.
Well, you're not supposed to cast Flurry ever.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I never cast it. I just use it when it's an instant.
Yeah, you're supposed to.
Yeah, okay. So I've been casting Frostbolt, but in the battleground, and I'm not joking, 200 damage is what Frostbolt is doing.
Because your gear's at like 105 and
So what?
104.
We just did a raid for my level group, and the epic gear that they were dropping was 108.
Yeah.
You're saying there's that much difference between 108?
Yes.
That I'm going to go from hitting 200 of the Frostbolt to
A lot more.
250?
It's an expansion.
Or 1,000.
It's an expansion away. Yeah, it's an expansion away. If it wasn't smushed, if the item level wasn't smushed, it would be like 100 or 200 item levels away. Yeah.
I don't understand.
That's why, well, if there wasn't an item smush.
So you're saying that everything got smushed, including the items. And so
Yeah, that's what happened.
if there wasn't that smush, then
You would see the difference. You would see the difference of like 200 item levels. Yeah. But one thing that's concerning me is I have like 111 gear, and the raid was dropping 108.
So you're gonna need new gear soon, right?
You are gonna need new gear. I have 111.
Look, I'm really good at the game, okay? So, like, I probably can do it naked.
No, I was saying I have 111 gear, and the raid's dropping 108.
All I know is that I burned down that paladin, like...
Yeah, you killed him.
Something that burns.
You killed him good. It could have been the extra 5 guards that popped up out of nowhere.
It definitely wasn't the guards. Well, before that, like, when we were debating whether we should go fight him or not, at one point he was fighting, like, 10 guards.
Yeah, and he was okay with the guards, actually.
He was alright, yeah. He was taking some damage, but he was killing them pretty much with 1 or 2 shots.
I'm convinced it was us.
Yeah, I'm as well.
Because he only had 20,000 health.
Mm-hmm. And he was busy with the guards. He didn't, like, really turn his attention to us until he was right about to die.
I was ready for him. Pop evasion.
Yeah.
Disappear.
Just every cooldown, pop everything. Fucking throwing goblin Serenite bombs at him.
Yeah. Oh, those are the days. They still have.
They do.
Stuff like
I've been
that.
stealing them from my guild bank. I'm like, shit, I don't know what these are worth. I'm going to throw them at somebody.
Those nets were the best.
The net. It's so OP.
Tailoring makes it, right?
I don't remember. All I know is that any ability that allows you to control someone's movement is overpowered in this game.
Yeah. Which the nets did. And those were amazing. Like, you can sell those kinds of things on the auction house, make a profit.
Well, now that bandages are going to tailoring, it seems like we're going to have a whole new market.
Yeah, you should stick with that.
Well, I'm definitely never getting rid of tailoring. It's always been so useful. It's always found ways to be useful.
Okay.
And I wear cloth, so every now and then I am able to make something for myself.
Nice.
It is pretty rare, though. Most of the time, the stuff from Professions just isn't that good.
Well, are you keeping up with it?
Trying to, but like I said, I'm like 3 expansions behind, so I have, I don't know, like 100 fucking recipes to learn.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping I can skip past most of those and just level it up and get into the current stuff.
Do you know what cloth is?
It says it.
Yeah, what cloth is for?
Yeah, it says what I need.
Do you remember what it is?
Well, it says it in there.
Yeah, I know, but by
Oh.
hand, off the top of the
No,
head.
because I need the stuff from Mists. I need the stuff from. I'm all the way back to Cataclysm.
Okay.
The very beginning of Cataclysm tailoring is what my mage has.
Okay.
So I probably need to finish off Cataclysm, then Mists, then Draenor, then Legion tailoring.
Because I might have some cloth for you.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Just don't sell it on the auction house.
It's definitely going to go on the auction house. It's going right on the fucking auction house.
Actually, I think I don't have it.
Come to think of it.
I still want to find a dungeon that we can both solo.
You mean a dungeon that's hard enough so that it requires both of us, but we can still do it?
Yeah.
That would be good. Theoretically, that would give us the best quality dungeon. However, it doesn't seem to be that way.
I soloed Blackrock Foundry.
I am really excited to see what these void shards are worth.
4 shards? Yeah.
Or void crystals.
I hope they sell.
Well, there's 57 pages of them on. Going from all the way from 250 gold a piece to 9 gold a piece. Which is a crazy undercut, and a lot of stuff in between there. Which means it's a very high volume item, which means it sells a lot. Theoretically.
Or one dude is selling his guild bank full of them or something.
Unless he's doing it on 50 different characters.
Yeah. Excuse me. So garrisons.
Are you recording right now?
Yeah. I didn't want to tell you.
My God. I'm so thirsty. So my question for Arman is, since I missed, I don't know how many, like 5 expansions?
Let's see.
4?
We'll count Cataclysm because you were only like level 81.
Yeah.
Cataclysm, Miss of Pandaria, Draenor, and Legion 4.
Okay. So I missed 4 expansions, and during that time I missed garrisons, and what I wanted to ask Arman was what he thought about them, and sort of how they work, and what he...
Thinks of them.
I mean, I read a lot of negative comments, I'll be honest.
Really?
About garrisons. I haven't heard people say a lot of good things about them. So, I wanted your opinion.
Okay. Well, first, I can't see how it's anything but a positive.
Okay.
The people complaining are probably the people complaining about the difficulty of obtaining gear.
Okay.
They want it to be more difficult for, like, let's say, the sense of achievement. Which, cool, I get it, bro. You missed the old World of Warcraft, but it still exists and it's still as hard, if not harder, to obtain gear. It's still a drop chance. Now there's personal loot, so it's good luck with that. Yeah, I love garrisons. I can talk forever. So, no, I really like garrisons. I think it helped.
Okay, so what I'm really wanting to know here is, do you think that it had a negative effect on your play experience?
No, it only helped. Well,
What about spending time with other people? I think that would be people's main argument against garrison.
Yeah,
It further separates people.
Well, how so?
Well, you require even less interaction with other people. That's my point.
Okay, yeah, because you can.
You can do so much within
Yeah,
your
you can. Yeah. And you have to spend most of your time farming for resources and stuff
Does
like
your
that.
garrison provide resources to some degree?
Yeah.
So you could get like materials
Yeah, you can.
through large amounts.
Not large, but in a month or two, you can have like a full set of ingredients to create either like hex wreath bags or like 4 pieces of like I guess possible best in slot blacksmithing gear, and then the rest of it you can just use to boost it up to on par levels.
So that sounds like it's not. I mean, 2 months is a long time, but not that long for World of Warcraft.
Mm-hmm.
So that sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
So it sounds like people who play that long
Maybe
would
4 months.
eventually. Okay.
I don't remember the numbers. The numbers should be just obscure at this point.
Okay.
But it was a decent wait, but it felt like reasonable through progression.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time I needed it, I was max level in where I wanted to be. Well, actually already max level, but go on. Like,
I don't know.
yeah, like,
I'm not sure what I should ask about it because,
what does it take away from the game?
yeah, it's a weird concept because it does feel like I don't know.
Excuse me.
Maybe it feels like a little bit that we shouldn't have that.
Which I know why people say that, but why not? It's another way to get gear. It's another way to progress faster.
My first and foremost complaint is always look at what's done to the economy in the game.
Gives more money to the players so they can buy your items faster.
No, but it inflates the currency, it inflates the market. You know?
It gives both material and money, though.
But look at the hex we bag. You said 1,600 gold on the auction house.
Yeah.
That's an insane markup.
It was cheaper in the past.
Yeah, everything was cheap.
Yeah.
But by cheaper, meaning it just cost less currency.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if the server numbers haven't fluctuated very much. If you have a server that's consistently played, then you should have a degree of consistency in the market because the people who do something are going to continue doing it most likely.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not like the class halls. The class halls are a little more OP.
I really don't know what those are at all.
The class halls is the same thing as the garrison. It's just at level 110 rather than level
So you
100.
get a whole nother place?
Yeah. So you get 2 places.
How unreasonable is it to ask that we all have these places, but in physical locations that anyone can just stroll on past? How... Yeah.
Make it like a PvP area also, that they can come and destroy your base and stuff.
Yeah. But with millions of people, it seems unreasonable. But the servers, how many people are on each server?
Yeah, there's a lot of people on the server. I don't know how they delegate PvP in an MMO. It must be crazy.
I would be happy with being able to just visit the people who are just on my server. That would be awesome. But how much land would that take?
No, I mean, like, the garrison in the past let you go to other people's garrisons and use what they had also.
Really?
Yeah. You would just phase into it, you know, remember
like
phasing?
instance?
Yeah, like an instance kind of thing. That was helpful.
It feels like a good idea.
Yeah, anything to help the player.
To help the player interaction. Where there's literally just a spot on the map where my place is.
Yeah.
And like you can just find it accidentally if you don't know it's there.
That'd be pretty cool.
And
Rating
of
other
course,
people's
the
garrison.
Alliance bases are mostly centered around Alliance cities, and the Horde bases are mostly centered around Horde cities.
Mm-hmm.
People can choose where to put their base, I guess, under certain circumstances. So, yeah.
But anything that helps the player not have to grind more,
Yeah, I agree.
I think helps.
But at what point does it just become like an autoplay game
Implementing
that you're
some.
paying $15 a month for?
This is how I see it. Implementing something that takes away hours of grinding so you can enjoy the game more is a plus. And
Yeah, fair enough.
yeah.
I would say the way that Blizzard thinks of it is that
Hmm.
I'm sorry, I got distracted.
It's cool.
I went off on a tangent in my mind when you finished what you were going to say, and then I forgot what I was going to say. What were you saying?
That I'd rather have something that helps me prioritize, like,
Less grinding.
yeah, less grinding.
Okay. That's what I was going to say. I think the way Blizzard thinks of it is anything that takes only time to achieve, I think they assume that eventually everyone's going to have that. And so they make that actually the real low bar. Do you understand what I mean by that? So, like, economically,
And yeah,
when they look at players, and they're like, players,
how dependent are
they
the
diverge
players?
along this scale in terms of how much money they have and how much money they make.
Yeah.
And that's where that kind of places them in what they can do in the world economy in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they plan those things out so intricately, but I think they do think that anything that you can achieve by simply time playing the game, like Garrison, where it's just on autopilot and eventually you're just making things every day no matter what,
Mm-hmm.
I think they consider that the baseline, because no matter what, everyone will get there eventually.
Yeah. No, it's not a crutch.
But what I would say is that that baseline ends up meaning that since everyone has that, that's basically everyone starting at zero.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. That it's like just
It's like everyone's going up at the same time, and they get to a certain line,
materials
and
are.
then it slopes like this.
Yeah, materials are in surplus and everything's in
Yeah, everyone's
disarray.
like, it would be the same thing here if the government just started giving out $500 checks to everyone per month.
Yeah.
Everything would just jack up in price to take advantage of people's extra money.
Yeah, no. That's what it seemed like while online a few days ago and a few weeks ago and whatever. And I noticed that while you were playing. I was like, these numbers are ridiculous. They're just they seemed almost random.
I've noticed that, but I keep looking up strange things like the moon cloth, but they do seem a little silly.
The prices were such a coincidence to what you were saying that I was like, it's strange. That was like literally 100% not the case. Like pre-patch, before the patches and stuff like that.
But really?
Yeah, like the gameplay has been amazing.
So you're saying since the pre-patch, the economy is falling apart, or something like that? The prices of things have gone crazy?
Towards the end of Legion's life, yeah.
Okay.
I think they're just like boosting up. I don't know what they're doing. With the auction house is crazy. I don't know why some prices are the prices that they are. But while playing for 6 months, I can assure you that everything was like a normal economy for the most part of it.
Okay.
And everything was 50-50 with farming and through the garrisons and like dungeon farming and like going through zones and farming. It was a good give and take economy based feeling. It was worth it. It was enjoyable. It was profitable. But you didn't play, so
No.
I can't say anything. I mean, like, it's
I got
not here or
excited when
there.
you told me about the ability where like a thing, like people from the garrison come and help fight for you.
Mm-hmm.
And then the first thought I had was like, oh man, if you're around a horde player, can you have both of your guys go fight for you? And then you upgrade that, and eventually you can summon more and more guys. And then if you're like in a raid group of 40 people, they can each summon like 4 NPCs, and the horde do the same thing, and you can have army battles. But no,
Well, you can have champion battles as far as like the champion is helping you while in that area, and you're PvPing in that area, and depending on what level your champion is.
so you can summon one person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus your garrison ability.
What's the garrison ability?
Spawning like a ambush.
Okay. So if you and a horde player spawn their ambush at the same time, the ambushes will fight?
Well, dude, like technically, because you have it like in the gameplay like selected, you have the character, you have to select the enemy player, then click the button, and it goes towards the target it goes to. That's kind of like the logistics of it is kind of complicated. But I guess you can click their guards and then click.
So they wouldn't just attack them outright, like on site?
No,
No?
they're not spawned. You would have to click it from like a.
So it counts as like a pet for you?
Yeah, you remember the hunter where the hunter has like a rampage ability where it just spawns random animals to attack for him?
Yeah, vaguely.
It's pretty much like that.
I remember that in Warcraft 3.
Now it has.
That's what it is.
Yeah, the hunter changed a lot too. I wish you played, but it's not here or there. It's cool, whatever, but I don't know. Who cares?
Man. It seemed like they were going the direction of larger scale interactions between players.
Uh-huh.
You know, I would prefer them to go back to the 2004 graphics if that meant that we could support like hundreds of players in the same place at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to accept 2004 graphics for the rest of time as long as scale and the sheer epicness of everything increases. Because we had that raid today on Ironforge, and that was very exciting.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
But it was still very small scale.
Yeah, we got to actually, at level 85, we were able to kill a level 110.
That was cool.
That was crazy.
That was a great interaction. I don't think I filmed that.
No, I wasn't able to. Nobody will believe us. But it happened. 2 of us. So that's pretty cool. Leveling in...
110 Paladin. Tauren Paladin.
Yeah. He could have bubbled.
Yeah.
Little fool. He sucked.
So, we should go around ganking 110s.
We probably could.
Dude. We could make that a whole series. Just stay 85 and smash 110s.
Yeah.
In ambush style attacks.
They were saying level 60 twinks are the best.
Level 60 twinks?
Yeah. There's a video of level 60 twink that can't be killed by a 110.
Really?
Yeah,
How is that possible?
I guess because of the stat squish. I don't know if it's because it's bugged, but or they're gonna fix it later or something. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know how that works. It makes it even, but it's crazy. Where can you kill a level 110 without being ambushed?
We would have to be ultra sneaky and lucky.
Yeah.
We would have to be creeping around, find a 110 in war mode.
Yeah.
War mode seems like it's gonna be fun, man. I'm excited about war mode.
Yeah. Definitely.
And then, I don't know. I mean, the pre-patch just came out. We had a raid on Ironforge today.
Mm-hmm.
Are there some kind of incentives now to do world PvP? Because somebody was talking about shipments coming in from Darnassus that they wanted to block.
I think he was joking.
Okay.
I think he was role-playing.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if they did something like that. If there's just like some NPC on the dock that you kill on both sides. And
Yeah.
then and something happened somewhere. When we went into the Ghostlands, it said so the first time I went in there it said contested. When we went in there today it said horde territory. So you can claim territory now.
Where?
So I bet that person wasn't lying about that. When we went into the Ghostlands, it said PvP territory and it said horde territory. And when I went in there previously with my mage, it said contested territory.
So they're bringing back that like Winter Springs type
like
stuff.
World PvP stuff.
That's not world.
That is world PvP.
Winter Springs?
No, like controlling an entire territory.
Yeah, that one is. Yeah.
Well, like I don't know how prolific that is yet, because I don't know if prolific is even the word to use, but I don't know how common that is what I meant. I haven't looked into it yet. So I'm hoping that the majority of the territories in the game are contestable territories.
Okay.
If I would want almost every single one, like except like the capital city territories. You know, maybe they can become contested, but they can never become captured by the other team, or maybe they can't. I don't care.
That just makes the like zone a battleground, though.
That's fine with me. Because we have scaling now, right? So like a 110 jumps down to ambush a level 2 guy, and he turns around and he's level 110 as well. Stat scale, but he's using level 2 weapons and armor.
Yeah. No, there's no scaling in world PvP though.
Perfect. I'm also open to the idea of much stronger NPCs. You know, those guards at Ironforge were just jokingly weak. You know, like a group of 3 or 4 players could kill an infinite amount of them, I think.
They needed at least like, how many people were there? Like 25?
Probably at least
25 horde.
maybe 30, maybe 40.
They were clumped up.
We don't speak about 40-man groups anymore. But all of the guards were completely useless.
Yeah, they were.
I was reasonably impressed with the bosses, with Moradin and the other one.
They had a super cool ability to splash.
Yeah, knock everybody back.
Yeah,
That was cool. And there's a lot of lightning going around. I don't know if that was the horde or the dwarves. But the last time I played the game, there was only the one guy there. There was only Magni. A different dwarf was the king. Last time I played. The last time I played Warcraft, back in my day, there was a different dwarf king.
there was.
Magni, yeah, right, with the 2 hammers.
Yeah.
And so I was really interested to see how these 3 fight together.
For a long time, I thought that was Moradin with the 2 hammers.
I don't know if this is right. This sounds right in my head, but he died. Moradin Bronzebeard is the guy who was with Arthas when they found the sword, when they found Frostmourne.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I know nothing about
I
Warcraft.
think, It might have been Moradin. It sounds familiar. Sounds like the right one. But he died in that campaign. So.
How did he die? Or
He
just
was-
killed him?
He was basically got sacrificed.
Oh, the sword
The
needed
sword.
a sacrifice?
Yep. It was like, there was an inscription, like a curse, like the sword demands sacrifice, blah, blah, blah. And Arthas is like, I don't give a fuck. And he grabs the sword, and Muradin gets like killed by a ghost or a spirit or something like that.
Oh.
And he falls on the ground. I'm dead.
Jeez. And he's like some super strong character, right?
Yeah, Moradin.
Moradin.
Yeah, super strong. He's a great character in Warcraft 3. Great hero. We gotta play more Warcraft 3 games.
I agree. I actually do agree. I almost played StarCraft.
Because we've been playing all of these imitations on StarCraft.
Mm-hmm.
We should be playing the real thing on Warcraft 3.
Of which ones?
All the games we're playing, like the tower defense games and such.
Yeah. Line Heroes and...
Yeah, Hero Line Wars. Survival games.
I'm down.
Go right to the source.
I'm surprised you didn't mention the shipyard. There's also a shipyard.
I didn't know there was a shipyard. What do you mean, where?
There's a shipyard in your garrison.
Really?
Outside your garrison, there's a shipyard.
I did not know that.
So, at level 100, you have your garrison and you have the shipyard.
What happens when you upgrade it? What does it do?
It gives resources. It gives like...
Have you checked it since the patch?
No, why?
Maybe they did something with that. Maybe now it has an option to do a mission where you send resources to Donasis, let's say. And the Horde go there and they kill the dock guy, and now there's no more resources. They burn the place or some shit like that.
Wasn't that actually a implication where you gave like rune cloth to one of the people in Ironforge and it gives you rep? Remember that?
Yeah, of course I remember that, yeah.
It's possibly something like that.
I don't think it's like a rep grind. I think it's probably like for the contested territories, that kind of thing. Wait, I should just read the fucking patch notes.
Yeah. I read most of it, but I actually might have to read it again. Any other questions about the garrison?
I think that's it.
The class hall.
It's so silent. Alright, wanna call this one?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, everybody. It's been Brian and Arman. Thank you for listening.
Take care, guys.
Goodbye.